move when I talk to Joey. Joey knows I'm out here waiting. He needs to come out and talk to me. I'll move when I talk to Joey.
Say what?
When Joey wants to talk to me, I'll move. Otherwise, I'm not breaking any law just for parking in a spot that says reserved for the sheriff's department.
One more time.
I'm here at the sheriff's department.
Move, or you will go to jail for disorderly.
I'm not being disordered.
Okay.
I'm moving my car. I'm moving my car. I was moving my car. Ah! Really? Ah! I said I was moving my car. Oh! Stop! Ah!
All right, Mr. Reardon, did Deputy Dixon ever tell you to put your hands up?
No.
Did he ever tell you to stop?
No.
Did he ever tell you you're under arrest?
No.
I'm talking about during the confrontation in the parking lot.
I never audibly heard the command, "You're under arrest." Never heard the command to stop.
Did you audio record that interaction?
Yes, sir.
And have you provided me a copy of that recording?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm going to play that recording, listen to the record. I know these are just background noises and stuff, but Mr. Reardon, you recognize that as a recording you took of leading up to the events on December 28th, 2020.
Yes, sir. And that honk was Deputy Tidwell locking his car after he got out.
Do you recognize whose voice that was?
That was Courtney Dixon.
Do you understand that that was a request to move your vehicle?
Yes.
I'll move when I talk to Joe. Joe? Is that your voice, Mr. Reardon?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there's a man here waiting. He needs to come out and talk to you. I'll move when I talk to Joey. When Joey wants to talk to me, I'll move. Otherwise, I'm not breaking any law just for parking in a spot that says reserved for the sheriff's department. I'm here at the sheriff's department. Move. Okay. I would have asked you, what did the sign say that you were parked in front of?
Reserved for Sheriff's Department.
Okay, and you just said you were there for what?
I was there to see the sheriff in regards to my daughter.
Joey East.
What are you doing out here in the parking lot?
I needed to get a little Q&A with you.
I don't do Q&As.
You don't do Q&As?
No.
Well, can you answer a few questions for me?
No, I can't.
Why were you parked in that spot?
I parked in that spot because the driver's side window was knocked out of my car. I did have a tarp there. Where I was parked, I could not hardly see when the sheriff was coming out through the rear view mirror. I couldn't see the side view mirror, and I simply wanted to speak with the sheriff because I couldn't get a response from him through email.
Why is the county not wanting to comply on the public records request? You told me.
You probably have to ask the county, man.
You told me that if I submitted it, y'all would comply. That was the last time that we spoke.
I told you we'd look at it.
And why did you think that sign didn't prohibit you from parking there?
Well, there's the jail and the sheriff's department. If I figured the sign would have said for sheriff's deputies only. It had to have said authorized for official vehicles only or for sheriff's deputies only. I would have inferred it to be that. It's saying sheriff's department, reserved for sheriff's department. I was there on what I felt was official business to address the sheriff about a redress, about a grievance.
He needs to come out and talk to me. I'll move when I talk to Joey. When Joey wants to talk to me, I'll move. Otherwise, I'm not breaking any law just for parking in a spot that says reserved for the sheriff's department. I'm here at the sheriff's department. Move. Well, you go there this morning. I'm not being disorderly. I'm moving my car. I'm moving my car. I'm moving my car. I'm moving my car. Oh, stop. Stop.
Matt, is that a true and accurate reporting of the events we've seen on the Sheriff's Department's video camera from the jail?
Yes, sir.
Did you hear on that Officer Dixon give you any commands to stop, put your hands up, or anything like that?
No, sir, I didn't. And
What did you know? Did you know why he was stepping towards you?
I just felt as if an aggressor was coming towards me when I was simply trying to find the answer as to how this would be disorderly, when I wasn't acting in a disorderly way. So I thought that I was there to see the sheriff about my daughter.
Were you holding things in your hands?
I had my cell phones in my hands.
Listen to it one more time to see if we can.
I want to talk to Joey. When Joey wants to talk to me, I'll move. Otherwise, I'm not breaking any law just for parking in a spot that says deliver to the sheriff's department. I'm here at the sheriff's department. Move. When you go there this morning, I'm not being disorderly. I'm moving my car. I'm moving my car. I'm moving my car.
In the report of Mr. Have you read Mr. Dixon's report?
I have.
In there, he says that you said, in quotes, no, 3 times.
That's correct.
Did you say that?
No, sir.
Does that recording confirm that you didn't say those things?
Yes, sir.
In his report, it says, or in Tidwell's report, it says, Deputy Dixon told Reardon to place his hands behind his back. Did you hear that on your recording?
Not one time.
Did you edit that recording?
No, sir.
Sheriff, is this really the position you're gonna take? Why won't you even answer that?
Ambushes, so.
Look, hey, y'all will not respond to anything. Any email, any public records request, anything. I want to know why. I am holding our county officials accountable for this. You know I was framed. We've already had that discussion, Joey.
There's been some mention of some emails you had sent to Joey. Just tell the court what you were trying to get a hold of. I'm sorry, I'm being very informal, Sheriff East. Tell the judge what you're trying to get Sheriff East.
Well, for approximately 12 months, the 12 months leading up to that, the mother of my minor child, who was 6 at the time, I had not seen her in 12 months. She had actually, prior to that, it was a false allegation of rape that was levied against me by the mother of my child, who then decided to live out a 12-month lie that Department of Child Services.
I'm going to impose an objection. What's the relevance? We've got chancery courts in every county in this state, and not to mention Lafayette. We've got the luxury of having 2 chancellors here, and I think they'll give you an audience whatever you want as relates to child custody, child rearing, and the law, family laws, and I don't know why we've got to litigate that here, and I don't know, quite frankly, why he would be contacting the sheriff in that regard.
Your number was correct. I tried calling earlier. The deputy just got back a few minutes ago and spoke to her, saw your daughter. She's fine. Spoke to Phyllis.
Yeah.
And she stated that she was following with the child custody services were telling her, and you could not see the child, and she just waited to see what the court did.
I think if you'll let him answer the question, he'll tell you why he's contacting the sheriff. But as to relevance, there was suggestions by the sheriffs that he might have been there to ambush or do some bad. This goes to responding to that to show that his intention was not there to do any bad, but to try to enlist the law as he had been instructed by another department.
The Child Custody Services closed it out and said that she was she was making false claims. They closed everything out. They investigated it. That's incorrect.
I don't doubt anything you're saying, but that's what she told us and said, no, she did not want you over there.
I don't want
You might want to
doing that, but to try to enlist the law as he had been instructed by another department of the state to do in order to obtain some visitation rights.
I'm going to sustain as far as I don't want to go too far down a rabbit hole of explaining any wrongdoing or what he feels, what is the reason for the issues. I'm fine with hearing why he was there.
Because it's important for you to know that here lately over the last year, one of our fundamental rights as Americans, freedom of speech, has come under attack big time. Big time. And you know what? When freedom of speech comes under attack, the only thing to fall back on is freedom of expression. Just like you with your purple glasses, okay?
It falls into his
There are a lot of people that don't
care
like purple.
and jurisdiction and responsibility, if you will.
That was one of your ringleaders right there. That was one of your ringleaders right there.
Matt, did you plead guilty?
You know that y'all coerced me.
Did you plead guilty?
Y'all coerced me under stress and used my daughter.
To your knowledge, there anyone else on the out there in the parking lot when this event occurred?
No, sir.
All right. We have seen on the video when Officer Dixon kind of gets a hold of you. You kind of go into the defensive position. Tell the judge what you were doing, why you were doing that.
So in my left breast pocket, I had my digital audio recorder. I simply, I wanted to retain the recording for the purposes of trial. So I simply had switched off the recording so that it saved the recording. And I wouldn't have to worry about it getting damaged or about anything worse happening to it.
What about you had your cell phones in your hands? What'd you do with those?
Whenever I was taken to the ground, it was Deputy Dick. One of the phones had come out of my hand when I was tossed to the ground. The other phone, Deputy Dixon grabbed it from my hand and chunked it at the ground.
Did, when the recording ends there that we just listened to, that was because you manually turned it off?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you're in your chest working on your recorder?
Yes, sir. I just threw my breast pocket. I just flipped the switch to turn off the recorder. That's the way it saves the recording.
That day, did you send him emails while you were sitting in the parking lot?
Yes, sir.
You want the court to see those emails?
I would like the court to see those emails. I think they're very relevant.
The emails that you sent, the first email, what's its date?
It was Sunday, the 27th of December. And
is that the day before this incident?
Subject, criminal conspiracy.
Is that the day before this incident?
Yes, sir.
All right. In the second email, what's its date? And give its time too, please.
Second email is Monday the 28th at 4:32 p.m.
Okay. Was that sent before or after you got to the Sheriff's Department jail parking lot?
That was before.
All right. Then the third email, what's its date time?
Third email is Monday the 28th at 5:06 p.m.
All right. Was that before or after you got to the jail Sheriff's Department parking lot?
That was after.
We asked that the recording, the audio recording, I'll have a thumb drive with it on there, be marked as Defense Exhibit 1. these be marked as cumulative.
I got an email from him earlier that day. He wanted to discuss something. I don't know all the details. I get emails from him quite often, usually on a weekly or every 2 week basis. Later that day, I got a second email from him. He wanted to see me. I came to the office. I didn't get back to the office probably 5:30. I don't know when it happened. I got up in Chancery Court in a board meeting, and when I came back, as I pulled in, I noticed that Matt's car was a little black hatchback-like car was parked over facing Jackson Avenue. And so I pulled in, I got out of my truck, went to the back of it, and stood there, because I was assuming he probably wanted to see me because he's sitting in a couple of emails. Stood there for a few seconds. Matt never got out. Usually he's there waiting on me if I come. So I went ahead and go inside, got in the office. And as I was sitting down, I heard a high-pitched scream. I actually assumed that there was someone being assaulted, a female was being assaulted outside.
When Joey wants to talk to me, I'll move. Otherwise, I'm not breaking any law just for parking in a spot that says reserved for the sheriff's department. I'm here at the sheriff's department.
Or you will go to jail for disorder.
I'm not being disordered. I'm moving my car. I'm moving my car. I was moving my car. Ah! Really? Ah! I thought I was moving my car. Oh! Stop! Ah!
Oh, when Ethan Tidwell asked Black Heel Soul, Matt Reardon exited the vehicle, I said, "Man, you're not parked there."
Well, but when you went out there, did you know there was anybody in the vehicle?
At the time, no.
You went out there because you saw a video today. There was somebody actually in there.
Yes.
Yeah. So Mr. Beard, you identified earlier, gets out of the vehicle.
He gets out of the vehicle. I said, "Man, you're not parked there." He says, "I will not move my speak to the sheriff." I said, "Man, you're not parked there." He said, "Once again." After giving him another command, I said, "I'll tell you one last time, move the vehicle because this is a designated area of jurisdiction." He said, "I will not talk to us here. I will not move my speak to the sheriff." I said, "Put your hands behind you that you're going to be on the rest of this one from the well." He began to run away, chanting that he needs to speak to the sheriff or things of that nature. And he was screaming it loudly as I gave chase behind him. Deputy Ethan Tidwell gave chase also. He was running sideways, so it wasn't like a long chase, but it was short. And I restrained him, took him down, and as we were trying to place him in cuffs, he was in like a fetal position, down on his knees, and so Ethan Tidwell got on his legs to hold his legs because he was kicking and screaming. Well, I tried to get my hands from under his chest because he was tight. He had his arms like he was very tense. So as I was reaching under him, I still felt my nose. I had scratches on my nose trying to get my hands from under him from the pain. We finally got him in cuffs. I had to remove his cell phone and things up in his hand. I don't know if he had two or he may have had two cell phones. I had to remove them from his hands before we placed them in cuffs.